Continuing now with our lead story, will terrorism bring down the Obama administration? With us now, Professor Marc Lamont. Hill teaches at Columbia University. Okay, you heard Morris and I bloviate, and you read my talking points memo. What say
you converted him.
Because we're logical people here. Hill, unlike you.
You ran right over. It was like watching the Globetrotters. It's like watching the Globetrotters game.
Come on. If you're not going to agree with me, you better have a powerful argument, because this is all about emotion. No, this is all about emotion.
There are some issues that I think you're right about, and some of these issues you're way wrong about. First of all, his poll numbers aren't low because of his treatment of the war on terror.
I would agree with that, but they're going to go down further if there's another attack, big time. Go ahead.
Well, perhaps it depends on his response to it. I think over the last week he's gotten more and more intense. He's gotten more hawkish. He's gotten more stern. And you saw the numbers go up. You say it's because of Christmas or whatever, but I think it's because people like his response.
Maybe.
No, that's absolutely the case.
But they don't like the fact that the underwear bombers in civilian court in Detroit. All the polls show that.
I don't think people really deep down.
Well, then you're rejecting the scientific information, and you as a professor should be ashamed.
No. People, I think people are reactionary, and at the moment may say, you know what? I want him waterboarded. I want him getting a military court, or even a kangaroo court. They may want that right now, but in the long term, a big chunk of the American people will appreciate the civilian court process. When Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is found guilty and him and his 11 cohorts are executed, the American people will be fine with it.
Yeah, and that'll be in about 10 years when you'll be president or something like that if we're going the way we go. Okay, now look. Do you think President Obama has been tough enough on Al-Qaeda? Because Al-Qaeda has momentum now. There's no doubt they do. Has he been tough enough on them?
I think he has been tough enough. I think the question, though, is has he been projecting toughness sufficiently? And that's two different issues. I think he's doing the right things in terms of toughness. But the problem is when you wait until Monday to come out to speak out against this, when you have people like Napolitano saying the system worked properly, those are public relations gaffes that make him seem softer than he really is.
So you think he's doing the right thing in policy, but he's not selling that he's a tough guy.
He doesn't look tough.
Okay. Now, you have to answer this question, and don't dodge it.
Never. There's a no spin zone, Bill.
That's right. He's ordering drones dropped on people who have not been convicted of anything, have not been read their rights, don't have a lawyer, may be innocent, and he kills other people sitting at the table with them, with drones,
absolutely.
Okay? That's what he's doing.
Absolutely.
All right. How can you square that with a guy like Khalid Sheikh Mohammed being dragged in to a $100 million dog and pony show here in New York City? Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, why don't you just drop a drone on him?
Oh, Bill. I'll concede that there's a contradiction between some of his military actions abroad and what he's doing here domestically with the civil trials.
You'll concede that.
I concede that. I agree.
Right. Okay.
And as a leftist, I've always had a problem with what he's been doing abroad. Remember,
absolutely.
I've been saying pull those
You wouldn't drop the drones on him, right?
No, absolutely not.
No, you drop a little leaflet saying, please be nice.
I'd give him a stern talking to,
Please be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, no, I mean, obviously, war is necessary sometimes. Remember, I had a very different stance on Iran, but with this particular issue with Afghanistan, I think it's different. With terrorism, I think it's different.
Well, we're talking Al-Qaeda
I think
now.
we need
He's
to be
targeting Al-Qaeda.
No, I think we need to. No, but I'm just saying the response is dictated by the circumstance. And I'm saying in this particular circumstance, civilian trials make sense, but there is a contradiction. If anything, you'll see his polls begin to go down because those of us on the left who are anti-war will continue to see him sending drones, continue to see him ramping up troops in Afghanistan. Those are the issues.
How can you be anti-war when someone's attacking you? I don't get how you can be anti-war when Al-Qaeda is continually attacking us. How do you square that?
I'm not anti-war of necessity. I'm anti-war of choice.
Okay, but we're talking about this war.
So but
against Al-Qaeda.
But that's what anti-war means. It doesn't mean that we're going to sit there and hand out flowers.
So you're pro-war against Al-Qaeda?
I'm absolutely against fighting and defending ourselves against Al-Qaeda. Absolutely, I have no.
You're for that?
I'm absolutely for that.
Okay.
I have no problem with that. And I think Obama has been very stern about saying he has no problem with that.
Well, he's dropping drones on him, so obviously he doesn't have a problem.
He has no problem being hawkish in general, I would argue. So that's not my concern here. But the question is, again, do the American people perceive him as being sufficiently tough on this issue?
No, they don't.
And those of us on the left feel like he may be even overreacting to terrorism.
But you guys don't have the numbers. See, look, and again, I'm sorry to use a hypothetical. We usually don't do that. But we are basing it on facts. Al-Qaeda knows it has an advantage now. It knows it has disrupted worldwide commerce because of this underwear god.
Bill.
Well, it is an advantage. It's a victory.
You think that Al-Qaeda has an advantage on the United States government and military right now? Is that what you're saying?
I think Al-Qaeda has an advantage because this stupid thing, where this guy couldn't ignite the little bomb in his underpants, has caused a massive disruption of commerce all over the world. That's a victory for Al-Qaeda.
They have a victory. They're emboldened. They have some momentum, but they do not have an advantage on the United States military. Well, as a patriot, I just can't say that.
They have an advantage in the sense that our massive bureaucracy is now responsible in capturing every underwear guy in the world, and it's impossible.
And I think we're capable.
It's impossible.
But I think
we're not capable. Nobody could do it.
But we are capable of protecting our own shores. I think we can do that. Even with the underwear guy, it wasn't a failure.
The point of the matter is that these guys are sitting there in Pakistan and Yemen going, we got to do this again, and we got to do it fast.
Absolutely.
Oh, you agree with that? Okay, that's the war strategy.
Absolutely.
All right. So say they do it again.
And are successful.
Obama's done.
He's not done, but he has a severe
done.
challenge. If we learn anything in politics, that people have 9 lives. He can absolutely recover from it, but it will be a major hit if he does not respond appropriately. He has to be more.
What is he going to do?
He has to be more hawkish than George Bush was on 9/12 if that happens.
If we get hit again and there is blood in the street in this country, he will not be elected again in 2012.
You can't
I guarantee
that.
it. I can look. Bush was elected twice because of his response to 9/11. That's why. That's why he was.
There's no doubt about
right.
that.
And
so in moments
and the converse will be true.
But why can't we assume that Obama has the same capacity to respond to a crisis in such a way that he gets reelected?
He'd have to do something unbelievably aggressive, which would make you break out in hives.
You're absolutely right, but he has no problem being unbelievably aggressive. That's what he just did in Afghanistan because he got accused of dithering. That's what he does. The American people want the guy waterboarded right now. He may go ahead and even waterboard. I mean, he's a slave to the polls right now.
I have no idea what Marc Lamont Hill said in the last 12 seconds, but it's great to see you.
You should rewind the tape. It's really